The new patch is out for Shadowverse Resurgent Legends, nerfing Mysteria Rune, and I couldn't find a deck that I vibed with other than this one. Now, I'm currently 9-2 with it. You just go face the entire time and never stop. You got new tools for that. The new Fear's Disciple is a 1-drop Wrath activator that also summons a Forest Bat when it dies, meaning that if you landed on one and they kill it, you still have a body on board to go face with afterwards. You also have Crimson Talon Strike, which helps you draw through your deck and also summons 2 Forest Bats. Other than that, it's just all the good Wrath activators. The Wrath payoff with your Forger and Silver Snipe, dealing massive amounts of damage and clearing their board. Ways to go face, like Dublame's Leopardian and Razory Claw, and a few Vengeance payoffs as well, like Galome Empress Fist and Mach Speed Meron, because as it turns out, if you're spending all your time hitting their face, you don't worry about their board. They hit your face, which then just lets you burn them down hugely. 2 of Vulgus gets you some surprise damage in once in a while. And finally, a 1 of Fenrir, who can help clear a big threat and go face for 5, or if you're in Vengeance, you manual evo this and it's 10 burst for 5 play points. I don't know if it's just because it's day 1 after the patch, but I've been farming people with this and it feels good. So let's get into the game. So first, make sure to like the video and subscribe. It really does help out. So here's a game against Buff Dragon, which has been weirdly cropping up in popularity again. I've been seeing it on my ladder at least quite a bit. But in any case, we're playing Aggro Blood here, so the game plan doesn't change. We just try to go through all of their stuff to hit them in the face. And no matter how many wards they put up, we just don't give up and keep moving forward with it. Now, here's that Fear's Disciple I was talking about. You put it down on one, they can't clear it, because if they clear it, I just get another guy out anyway. So it's pretty annoying for them to deal with. Dublame comes out and gives me Leopardian. You pretty much always get Leopardian out of them. Nothing else. Owlcat does not exist in my mind. This one is running Sandstorm, which is good against early aggro, especially against Sword, so I understand why they're doing it. Crimson Talon Strike comes out. Oh, hey, look at that. Both new cards played in the first game, in the very first moments of the first game. Nice. Now I can put either of them in the thumbnail. Find out which one I put, I guess, when the video comes out. The Dion comes out and ramps them. No problem there. Harmonic Wolf into Fear's Disciple yet again into the Vicious Blitzer. Now, Vicious Blitzer is nice because it does do burn, address the board, and activate Wrath. Meanwhile, I just evolve the Forest Bat to go face. Again, I don't care if they hit me in my face or if they spend their time trading. Either way, I'm getting my game plan off. That's the nice part about Aggro Blood, is that basically whatever they do, you pretty much always just do the one thing. It feels easy to pilot in that way. You hit me, I play my Vengeance payoff. You don't hit me, I play my Wrath payoff. Lol, basically. And here comes the big board of a bunch of Evo guys. No worries there. And they even have to trade to kill my bat. See how annoying that is for them? Not a problem. I got Galome in hand. And now I can even do Yor into Howling Scream into Meron, which is so strong, because I activate Vengeance myself by pinging myself there. And that goes straight to the dome, and Meron come out. And here I'm worried about Draziel, which would heal them back to 13. And the only way I would kill them through that is with another Silver Snipe alongside my Galome, which is kind of a top deck. They didn't have it though. They ended up just using double Coral Spirit, and I kind of agonized what to do this turn. I decided to just Yor Forger again. I did consider just playing Galome and Silver Snipe, but I figured that I'll get the Yor Forger out now because it's going to be useless if a Draziel comes out after, because Draziel can't be destroyed, obviously. So just get that one out now out of the way, and then get my direct burn, which can go through everything later. It's better. You might think that's a simple decision, but I actually don't play Aggro Blood very much, so I had to, you know, just take into account, take your time throughout the turn, make sure you're doing everything right, make sure you're all correct. They end up playing the Grand Slam. I got a text there. I don't know if you heard it. Getting a text in the middle of the recording. Very profesh. And Galome. Oh my god, I'm so popular. Silver Snipe Meron straight to the dome. Gets him on turn 7. The next game is against Big Dragon, which a lot of people have been playing post-patch. A lot of Dragon on my ladder post-patch. Also, I did silence my phone, okay? So we should be good now. Now, I think this deck actually is good against Big Dragon, because Big Dragon folds to aggression a lot of the time. Unless your hand is really bad and they end up ramping really fast, then they can maybe outpace your aggression. But usually, if you just apply the pressure and they spend their early game playing Dragon Oracle and stuff, you can kill them before all of their stuff goes off. So I would rate aggressive decks pretty good against Big Dragon. So I play the Do Blame here, get the Leopardian, because next turn I can maybe play Vicious Blitzer plus Leopardian, which curves out better, and also maybe answers something that they play. They end up playing Lowly Dragon early, which is fine by me. Them playing Lowly Dragon early means that they're not ramping, you know? So I feel like with Aggro Blood, it's the least salty you can be, because it's just like whatever they do, I'm just gonna do my own thing, you know? So Howling Scream, and we get a Blitzer, and the Snipe isn't active yet, so I don't end up playing it. I wish I could just activate Wrath a little faster, but alas, they're already at 9 defense, so whatever. Out comes the Dragon Shrine, which almost ramps them. They play another Draziel for draw, knowing that they're not going to get to 7 play points anytime soon. I just play How to Train Your Bat, top deck Razor Claw, and that's lethal. Like I said, against Big Dragon, just put the pressure on. They spend all their early game ramping, and then they don't answer your board, and then you just kill them. Now, there is a deck that can go face just as much as you, maybe even better than you sometimes, and that's Rally Sword, which I've also been seeing quite a bit of on the ladder post-patch. You gotta be careful about this one, because if they get that damn card, you know the one I'm talking about, the one that attacks twice with the pink hair, then you're kind of in trouble. So here I clear their 1/1, which is nice. Activate Wrath, draw a little bit, not bad. Probably play Drummer here if I remember correctly, just to activate the Wrath a little faster. I see that I have Your Forger in hand, right? So like if they end up putting down a huge board of like Invisible Soldier plus Dashing Duelist or whatever, it's just important to get the Wrath procs out. And this contests their board a bit as well. Howling Scream is nice here, it takes out their twins. I even get to play How to Train Your Bats for even more draw and activations. Not going super aggressive this game though, because they're on board as much as I'm on board, which I don't like. Stop that. Anyway, as I was saying, Your Forger clears this, thank God. She's the GOAT. And we get to push R6 damage phase 2. I play the Harmonic Wolf instead of the Snipe because I figure body on board good. Silver Snipe can always come later for more burn at the back. They end up playing Monica right on their Rally 10, which is, you know, typical at this point. And I'm like, how do I deal with this? If I kill Monica, they invoke Mikael. That is the worst possible outcome for me. Aggressive advance to deal even more damage. Now, even if I clear their board, it's incredibly difficult for me to win, because they get back their Monica, they invoke Mikael, then they just have to play a 2-drop and Twin Blader, and I die. So I considered playing Vulgus Evolve to maybe stem the bleeding a little bit, but I couldn't figure out how to play Vulgus Evolve while clearing the board, while being able to not die to Monica trade plus burn damage some other way, like if they have another aggressive advance. I think I honestly couldn't do it. I think it was checkmate from the start, and yep. Very cool. That one was a tough one. One of my 2 losses. Moving swiftly on from that, we are now fighting Runecraft. Lots of options for Rune now. Like you can play Mysteria, that's still playable. You can play Earthright normal. You can play Earthright boost with Golem. You can play Sephi. So I honestly have no idea what I'm fighting whenever I queue Rune. And them's passing turn 1 does not tell me any information, but thankfully I do have a turn 1 into a turn 2, which is exactly what I want. And I'm fine with that. It is indeed Mysteria. Now, Mysteria obviously slowed down a little bit. They can't play turn 1 Instructor anymore. They can't do free Ginger clones anymore. So I do feel a little less threatened by it, but it's definitely still a threat. It definitely can still pose some problems. So do keep that in mind. They still have the OTK turn if you let them run unabated. That being said, I'm gonna let them run unabated because as aggro, I don't care if you hit me in the face. I have 2 Marons in hand. So why should I care? And they end up evolving their book to get rid of my disciple so I don't get my bat back. And here was their crucial mistake. They hit me. Should not have done that. Should not have done that. Bye. So this is the kind of thing you can farm on day one when people aren't as aware of your deck yet. Although I will say this was quite the god hand from me. I will admit. Here's another rune craft that I fought. And I don't know about you, but I do kind of have a bias sometimes when I see specific leaders. I just assume that it's an archetype. And I saw Amaryllis and I'm like, oh, that's Mysteria for sure. Maybe that's just part of their grand master plan to debate me into what archetype they're playing, because it ends up not being Mysteria. It's actually Rite. So I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't change my plan. Play on curve, play guys, hit face. Please hit the 1-1. Hey, won the 50-50. That is always nice when that happens. End up playing the Howling Scream, trying to activate my Wrath. Get the Harmonic Wolf, perfect on curve plays. All right, looks like your Forger is going to be active into my Evolve turn. That's all that matters, because once they play Golem Lord, that's going to be the problem that I have to deal with, is their Golem Lord board, right? Now here I'm like, Golem. I don't have to play it for full effect. If I can clear 2 bodies and get myself a little closer to Vengeance and deal damage, I will. All right, I'll just slam it. All right. Then they play the Gruin, and I believe they evolve this to clear 2 bodies here and make my Harmonic Wolf useless. Fair enough. Gruin's pretty good against a wide board like this. I still ping from the Vicious Blitzer. And there's one Golem Lord activation, and I already know they're going to play another Golem Lord on turn 5, the hard cast. That's fine, all right? I don't care about that. Doesn't matter to me. Let's just draw off the Harmonic Wolf. There's another Blitzer. I just go ahead and evolve my Yor for 3-6 damage to the face. I don't know why I said 3 there. I think I was thinking of Silver Snipe, and my brain just didn't work. And I'm like, okay, if they're gonna play Golem Lord, I'm gonna set up the Harmonic Wolf because I want to draw into an out. All right? And this is not gonna kill me. Crucially, this is not gonna kill me. And I draw your Forger. How fantastic. I swear this deck looks super high rolly, but when all the cards in your deck deal damage, I could have won like 12 different ways there, as you can see from my hand. So now you might be thinking, how does this deck fare against Shadow, Last Word Shadow? I hear it's being hyped up a lot. Does this deck do well against it? Well, so far, I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't dropped a game to Shadow yet with this list, I believe. And let's go ahead and see why. At first, I was like, this hand's not great. No 1-drop. I'm a little bit sad about that. Oh, drew the 1-of Fenrir. And like no tempo plays. Oh boy. That's not good. They're at full. I'm at 18. I haven't been doing anything so far. And my deck is supposed to be the aggressive one. That's worrying. Anyway, Crimson Talon Strike does help me draw into more gas, which is absolutely needed here. Because if I didn't get that, I would be doing nothing. They Hellfire Strike to face. And I'm thinking, are you the aggro deck? Like, what happened? Did I miss something? I did not expect that, honestly. So I'm panicking a little bit. Wait, did I lose this game? I'm pretty. Wait. No. We'll bring it back from the brink. Just you watch, okay? They end up playing Tempo Istenda, which is so bad. Like, I have to wonder what happened to their hand for this to happen whenever this happens. And it can't be good. Whatever it is, it can't be good. They are going to go ahead and buff up their Angel, go face, and I'm like, well, at least I'm in Vengeance, okay? Golem, please save me here, all right? We burn to the face. It hits my attacking guy, which does hurt. I wanted to go face with that. I could have put you to 10 this turn. But that's fine. At least my ward is healthy. At least it's all okay. they're far away from their quest. See, it's 8 last words right now. I'm not too stressed. If they play out a Istandet here, doesn't matter to me. They ended up having Curdle in hand and play Grave Void Knight. Grave Void Knight only clears 2 bodies here. Now, I'm not sure why, but at this turn, they end up trading away the Void Knight instead of preserving the body. I guess it doesn't really matter, because I just go Loam again, and I have double Silver Snipe, and that's lethal with the 1 body left on board. And even if they found a way to kill my Disciple, it would have left behind a bat, and the bat would have gone face anyway. Here's another game against Shadowcraft. Full mull, except for the Howling Scream, which is obviously really a good card to have, against a deck that summons a bunch of Angel of Wars with 1 health. I'll definitely take Howling Scream any day. Harmonic Wolf comes out on the turn 1, and I'm pretty happy because we have Demonic Drummer on 2, which is the best tempo you could ask for. We also have Howling Scream to take care of this in case they do a trade on top. See what's off the top. We get a Fierce Disciple. When I saw that, I'm like, okay, I'm free to go ahead and Howling Scream and then play the Fierce Disciple for making sure I have the board so I can connect some damage into face. Out comes Evil Exhumer. Now, Evil Exhumer is actually really annoying for this because they end up healing so much of the damage that I want to deal to their face. Evil Exhumer heals and Aldous heals, and that's so annoying, so I'm like, okay, I will trade. I'll respect that, I will trade. Fair enough. Amaterasu comes out, Angel of War Enhance comes out, and they do end up trading most of my followers here, including the Harmonic Wolf, and I'm left with a 1/1 on board, and they have complete control of the board. Uh-oh. But, thankfully, the Savior, the GOAT, your Forger comes in. Don't hit the 1/1. Damn it. That seems to happen to me. That's okay. We still connect 9 damage into face, and they don't actually have that much healing other than Aldous and Exhumer. And so I'm not too stressed out about this. They end up getting 2 Angel of Wars here, and I'm like, thank God it wasn't Aldous. Because Aldous would have made my job a little harder. Wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it would have made my job a little harder for sure. And you're not gonna believe this one. This does feel good, and it does feel a little filthy. That's a classic. And they evolved their Aldous to just get a little bit more healing in case I slam that, but I have so much damage to the face. I could end this game in 12 different ways. Fenrir can hit, Maron can hit. Either way, it's a GG. That one was kind of filthy. I do feel a bit bad about that one, I'll be honest with you.